Honestly, I've been really getting a bit frustrated when it comes to the result because I haven't really been seeing um, significant result to keep me motivated. And yeah, hi, good morning. So this is Steven from One Walk at a Time. So into this video, I would be talking about the struggles of starting over and how to kind of combat that in a sense. Because this week and the end of May and start of June, I actually wanted to venture out and pretty much change the trajectory of my weight loss and wanted to kind of speed that up because I wanted to see result. As I mentioned in this video, it's not about speed, it's more about consistency, which is true. But also, honestly, I've been really getting a bit frustrated when it comes to the result because I haven't really been seeing um, significant result to keep me motivated. And yeah, that's actually the struggle. The struggle to also keep myself motivated when it comes to, you know, um, continuing this. So there's actually been a lot. And when it comes to that, I guess the pretty much the solution would be to act on it, not really wait on a lot of other things. You gotta act to ensure that you're breaking the momentum of not doing anything. Just like what I did when I decided to focus on my work, I had to stop for 3 months, and for that 3 months, pretty much what happened is I actually also stunted my progress when it comes to weight loss. So yeah, I restarted this last May. Um, right now it's already June of 2026. So in June of 2026, I'm doing something different. I'm challenging myself to push further, which is doing running. And it's a good thing that I've been doing a lot of walking for the past 3 weeks, and I've been consistent about it, like literally daily. You can check into my Strava account if you guys have Strava. You can see it that I've been walking 7 kilometers on a daily basis without breaks. So that pretty much, I guess, prepared my legs to do running. So my first run I did at the end of May. I only did 3 kilometers, but that felt so good. And just to give you guys like a brief background of how I got into running. When I was 27, I think that was 2017. When I was 27, I used to do running. I used to love running. I used to love jogging. I used to love, the uh, the shortness of breath, if that makes sense. Yung hinihingal ka, kumbaga. I used to love that feeling and love the feeling of being able to do that on a daily basis as well when I was still young, or I'm still young. Well, when I was in my 20s, what I mean. So, yeah, when I did my first 3 kilometers run, it hit me. Have I been complacent, and have I been putting myself in the comfort zone for too long? Because, you know, it's been years and I haven't really been seeing the weight go down. Well, there is progress. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with the progress, but the duration, it's taking too long. So I have to challenge myself. And when I did that, when I did go for a run, actually I've been thinking about doing the run or going for a run for quite a while now. But I'm always having a reason not to do it because I'm thinking I'm maybe still too heavy to do it, and you know I might not be able to run properly. I might have knee pains or shin splints. So shin splints. So that's what's holding me back. But when I did it, I was actually shocked that I was able to run like from start until 500 meters, like altogether without stopping and without really walking. So yeah, um, yeah, that's pretty much a really enjoyable um, experience for me. And that started this all. That started the momentum, I would say. And then afterwards, after that day, feeling really, really hopeful. And I was feeling really energized after the run. The runner's high, I'm used to it. I'm familiar with the runner's high, as they say. But it's been a while. And it's so freeing to be able to, do running again after how many years? So imagine that. And after after that, the next day, of course, I don't want to overexert myself and I don't want to overexhaust myself. So what I did is I did my usual 7 kilometers of run, and then the next day I went for another run. And this time I challenged myself further and went on a 5 kilometer run. That was the second. I think that was June 1st. And then another walk the day after. And today, I did another 5 kilometers of run, and I'm doing a video right now for the channel. Right now, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, as you can hear in my voice. It's really raspy right now. I'm feeling fine. The feeling is pretty much, I'm still feel great, don't get me wrong. But the voice is disagreeing. There's scratchy throat, raspiness in my voice, stuffy nose. I think I'm catching a cold, but it's not really getting out there yet, if you know what I mean. But yeah, back to the topic of starting over. When I restarted running again, I had many doubts, and I had, you know, yeah, many doubts that I can't do it. But when I did it, that pretty much silenced the voice, silenced the doubts, and you know, it doesn't really matter what your inner saboteur is saying, for as long as you are, you know, persistent, I guess, or if you're determined to get the goal, or if you're determined to finish the goal, I would say, or do the deed, or do the things. Sorry, I'm not making sense. Yeah, I think this feeling under the weather and this gloomy weather is actually adding on top of that. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that if you're really focused on your goal, you can silence that inner saboteur by doing the action. So I guess that's the lesson here, that if you ever doubt yourself, just do it. Just do it. You know, doesn't matter what your pace is, doesn't matter where you're starting from. I posted like a shorts in my YouTube channel, and one kid, a 14-year-old kid, did comment that he wanted to run, but he's overthinking it, and that there's like a lot of things that he's overthinking, that, maybe people would be looking at him, he's gonna be embarrassed. So I told him that, I should be embarrassed for, feeling this way or looking this way, but who cares, pretty much everyone doesn't really care. Everyone only cares pretty much about themselves. And that has been proven time and time again, especially when I'm walking in the morning. I used to also have that same feeling or same mindset that, people will judge me. So yeah, just a moment. Okay, we're recording. um, I was worried that we're not recording. So yeah. So yeah, people are not gonna judge you. And if they are judging you, then, let them. At the end of the day, they don't know you. At the end of the day, they're not feeding you. They're not the ones paying the bills for you. So their opinions or their judgment shouldn't really matter to you. And yeah, just do it. As I guess Nike is my favorite brand when it comes to running shoes or walking shoes. So their tagline, just do it, actually makes sense. Because if you're not going to do it, you're going to think of a million reasons not to do it. And there's this saying in our native language na kung ayaw, maraming dahilan. Kung gusto, maraming paraan. So, you gotta find ways to do it. You gotta find the time to do it. You gotta figure it out. Once you're able to do it, it's actually a very liberating feeling because it actually frees and it actually invalidates those doubts that you have in yourself. So yeah, it kind of act as an anchor that, or a proof to yourself and to your brain that you're capable, you're able to do it. So yeah, I'm just pretty excited for, for the next coming weeks and for the future. Uh, yeah. Usually also when I get into the state of having raspy throat and stuffy nose and feeling a little bit cold, like you're gonna catch a cold, I usually just retreat at home and feel a little blue and sulk into the emotion of getting a cold. But yeah, right now, while I was doing while I was doing my running earlier, it actually is a different feeling. Kind of gives, I guess, a boost in your immune system because your blood's flowing. So there's a lot of, scientific stuff that proves that, doing something physical would do your immune system good. So not a doctor, so you can just research on that, I guess. But yeah, to kind of wrap up this whole topic, starting or restarting something, especially if you guys are in your 30s like me, it's kind of hard because you kind of hold back yourself by having all those doubts. But let me tell you that, having all those doubts and having all those feelings of embarrassment and the anxiety of people looking at you and people judging you, that's not gonna matter. At the end of the day, what matters is that you're doing something for yourself. What matters is that you're acting towards the goal. So always ask yourself, is doubting, overthinking, overanalyzing, and just sitting there getting you towards your goal, or is acting or doing, actions like walking or running or any tiny effort gonna do that for you? That's also how I do internalize. That's also how I talk to myself. Like, Steven, if you're just gonna sit there and if you're just gonna, overthink this, and if you're just gonna be embarrassed or anxious about this, is that gonna help you lose weight? No. So, yeah. It's also a matter of looking yourself in the mirror and facing the hard truths about your situation, and yeah, thinking of solutions on how to tackle it, how to solve it, how to, you know, turn things around. So, yeah, I hope, guys, that I'm making sense. This is pretty much a pre-cold brain. So, yeah, I hope that I'm also sharing a little bit of wisdom from the runs that I'm going through. And I hope you guys are enjoying. And if you are, don't forget to click the subscribe button If you like the content, wala namang pilitan. If you don't like the content, then you're free to just look for other channels. But if you like the content and if you're passionate about weight loss, if you're passionate about walking or running, then this channel, guys, is for you, for us, 30 years old. So mga trintahin dyan, this pretty much is for us. And yeah, I'm excited for this journey. So join me in this journey of self-improvement, journey of finding mental clarity, emotional peace, and you know, this journey of taking life one walk and one run at a time. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, wonderful day, wonderful night, wherever you guys are. I'm about to lose my voice. Wherever you guys are watching this, and know that everything in the end will work out. We just have to put an effort. You know, that's it, I guess. Right, so again, this is Steven, this is One Walk at a Time, right? Remember to take life one walk at a time. Bye.